All right, we're going to be working with Scatterplots. When you were in 7th and 8th grade, you guys would draw lines of best fit through this, and then you would calculate what your line of best fit was. Now we're going to be showing you how to get the exact equation for the line of best fit. So the first thing is we need to turn something on called our diagnostic on our calculator. What we want to know is just how closely related all of these dots are. So if you notice, these are the closest related because they're so tightly packed. These are not the closest at all because they're so spread out. Well, there's actually a number that you can find that will tell you how closely packed the dots are. The closer they are, the closer to 1 they will be. So they will be really close to 1 if they're super, super close. If they're pretty far apart like this, they're going to be closer to 0. So to get that number, you have to turn your diagnostics on. So I've put the instructions on your note sheet, but on your calculator, it says to hit second and then 0. So that's the blue button, and you'll get the little blinking arrow, and then hit the 0 on your calculator. Then that will give you the entire catalog. If you press x to the negative 1, so you see how there's D above x to the negative 1, well, you're going to have to hit that alpha button to get to it. Make sure that A is on, and then you can hit this and it'll go to that section of the catalog. Because you've got to get all the way down to diagnostic on. You don't want to have to be like holding that arrow down forever. So once we have diagnostic on, then we're going to hit enter. You need it to say done just like on your paper. So hit enter again, and now your diagnostic is on. Once that's done, then you can start typing in your data. So we're going to hit stat. That's the button below the delete button. Edit, and then we're going to start putting our points in. So the thing you need to know is that X is L1, Y is L2. So you're going to be putting the hours in for X and the scores in for Y. X is always on top of a horizontal table, and then Y is always on bottom of a horizontal table. So we're going to put in all of our X's on L1. So we've got 3. Hit pause and go ahead and do that. 5. Also, your Y's will go in L2. Okay, and then once you have all of your points in, then you can hit stat, which is underneath the delete button again. Go over to calc, so hit your over button, and then this is linear, so we're going to go down to number 4. You've done this before when you're looking for the equation, but now since we turned our diagnostic on, we're going to see something else. So you're going to hit enter, 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 enter until you can calculate. So if you notice, you've got all these extra pieces now, these R values. This one right here, because it's linear, is our R value. If you look at the 0.8, you'd have to ask yourself, is it closer to 1 or is it closer to 0? Well, in the scale, you have 0, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9, and then 1 whole. Your 0.8 falls right here, so that will be closer to the 1. So 0.8 would be my R value. And our equation would be the 6.2 would be our slope. And then that's about 50, so we'll use that. Use the equation to estimate the exam score of 18 hours. Hours is X. Let's plug 18 in. so we can estimate our exam score. Oh, by the way, to get out of what you were just in, so when you're in calc here, to go back to the home screen, you can hit the blue button and then quit or mode, and then that will get you back to here. So we've got 6.2 times 18 plus 50, and it says our exam score will be 161. Is that a reasonable prediction? No. Exams go up to 100. So just because you spend longer on a test doesn't mean you'll get a higher grade, is what this